I was 18-year-old and I joined the Royal Navy as an aircraft engineer.
Why have you wandered into the property investment world?
I started investing actually in property at 22 years old. The Navy, at the time, the maximum you could borrow was 8,500 interest free. But yeah, I managed to borrow the deposit for my first ever house. That's when it went, and I was like, leverage. I understood the power of leverage. Got it revalued, 400,000.
Wow.
Cost me 60,000 to do it. So I guess you could argue I've made around 300,000 pounds in 2 years. You've built a £1 million portfolio.
From 1,500
Yeah,
pounds.
so you need to be sharing this.
Hello and welcome to Samuel Leeds Success Stories. I am here with the legendary Craig Beasley. What's going on,
Hello.
Craig?
Not a lot. I'm good, thanks.
Great. Well, welcome and thank you so much for spending time and sitting down with us today and sharing your story. So I'm really excited to get, into everything here. And one thing that I thought was really cool was that you were part of the military.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's
so
right. Yeah.
after school, you went straight. How old were you?
I was 18-year-old and I joined the Royal Navy as an aircraft engineer.
As an aircraft engineer.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of qualifications does an 18-year-old have to do something so serious like that?
Surprisingly, there were none really. They were just like, you do an aptitude test, where they just put you in and do a test of English and all that, and then you get a score, and based on that score, they're just like, yeah, you qualify for this job. An aircraft engineer was the highest sort of score you needed to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so they said, yeah, this is a job you could do, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. So I was a bit sort of lost in life. I came from a working class background and didn't really know. I wanted to go to university, but then so somebody just recommended joining the military, and I went and did it, and it was fantastic. Yeah, it was a great career.
And so at 18, I'm just trying to imagine this. I can't. 18, so your friends were hanging out, maybe doing more school and having a good time, playing football, going to the pub, dating girls, and you were
I basically left. I left at 18. I went down and did my training and stuff like that, and then I started working on fighter jets, Harriers, and then the government decided to scrap them, and then I got sent down to Cornwall and worked on helicopters a couple of years later. So I worked on helicopters and stuff like that. So yeah, I was away from my hometown for a long time, so I lost touch with a lot of friends, kept in touch with one of my good friends, and so it was quite difficult, but I managed to make it work, and the military is what allowed me to get to where I am today, really. It was like a stepping stone, or foundations, if you like, to build on.
And do you still have friends from your military days?
Yes and no. I still associate with them when I go racing, because I race with the Navy still.
Oh,
do some
what do you race?
Motorsport in karting. So I race against the RAF and the Army. Yeah, so I still compete with them guys.
And is that for fun, or is that like a semi-professional?
No, yeah, it's just mainly for fun. Yeah, I mean, it's inter-service. They call it inter-service level. So it's competing against the Army. And there's no like monetary prize or anything, but me and my best friend from school, who's also in the military now, we won the championship and stuff. So we've done well. And so like coming out of the military, you sort of lose that camaraderie, but I managed to keep my foot in the door by going back and racing with the guys that I've raced with for years and years. So I have got friends that are still in the military, and so it's really good.
Do you know Dale Carter?
Yes, yeah.
His son?
Yeah, won
Karts.
Super One, yeah, Carter, yeah. I was talking to him at the dinner the other night.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so, and how long were you in the military?
It's just under 16 years I did.
16
Yeah, I left.
years.
I joined at 18 and left at just 33, I think. Yeah, 33 and a half, something like that. So
so half your life in the military, you come out with these great life skills.
Yes. Yeah.
Discipline, right? Willpower, respect, all of those great qualities to make a strong man. And so what did you end up doing then when you came out?
So I worked my way up the ranks, and I was got to, because I'm quite a hands-on person. I like being active. I liked the changing engines and doing wiring repairs and stuff like that. But then I worked my way up to a point that it was basically going to be sat behind a desk and coordinating more than actually fixing and repairing stuff. So I got to a point that I thought, this is not really for me this anymore. And I was quite lucky, actually. My dad had built a business up, and he was getting to an age where he weren't really that. He's still physically able, but not as much. So I thought, well, if I come out and we can work together, take the business to the next level. So that's what I'd done. I'd come out, and now we are business partners in our company, and we've scaled it up, and we're still growing. So yeah, that's really good. So that's what I do now, fabrication business as well as property development.
Your dad must be so happy to be working with you.
Yeah, I think he likes it. I think.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. When I was working in the car business, there were generations of the owners and then the general managers with the owners' kids and so on and so forth. And so, what have you been able to scale the business, or is it
Yeah,
still?
so at one point my dad did have like 5 members of staff, but then 2008 came and stuff and like that. So he ended up just working on his own for most of the years, and yeah, I've come back and we've been able to take on more work and then take on staff and stuff. So yeah, that's where we've scaled it up and got more contracts in different places.
Great.
And yeah, the business is just, we keep sending us work, so can't complain.
So if you've got this great business with your dad and it's keeping you busy, then why have you sort of wandered into the property investment world? How did that happen?
Yeah, so I started investing actually in property at 22 years old.
Come on. So while you were still in the military?
So 2 brothers that I was in the military with, they told me about some of the schemes that you can get in the military, and this is why I was saying that it's been a foundation to build upon, is because the military are really good at helping you out. They've got something called Forces Help to Buy, which is like a deposit scheme, if you like, not like the government one, thankfully. But yeah, I managed to borrow the deposit for my first ever house when I was 22.
Borrow the deposit?
Yes. So the house was 90,000, my first ever house in 2012. And the Navy, at the time, the maximum you could borrow was 8,500 interest free. So all I had to do...
Interest free?
Yeah.
I need to join the military.
It's even more than that now, but all I had to do was put in £500 to top up to the 9,000 for the deposit and then pay my solicitor's fees, which is 1,000, which is why I started with £1,500.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
£1,500?
So I started with that, and then I managed to rent a room out to my brother, so I was getting income straight away as a young 22.
You made an HMO.
Well, yeah, I guess. And then because a lot of people don't know that you can get tax-free money for renting a room out as well, £7,500 a year.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rent a room scheme. But yeah, so anyway, I did that, and they also give you money to get home called Get Your Own Pay, which is fuel money for the military. They give you to get home on weekends and stuff. So yeah, that's how I started. And then fast forward a few years, I had it on a repayment mortgage and the property had gone up in value. And then I managed to refinance it. I knew nothing about property or refinancing anything. I just thought, hold on, I can borrow against this again because I'd paid it down and the value had gone up. So I borrowed against it. I owed a little bit of money left to the military, paid them back their money. And the money I'd left over, I got my next deal, which was a no money down deal, bit of a unicorn.
Nice.
So the story behind that one is my cousin had emigrated to Australia and she was back for Christmas, and I was talking to her and she said, I'm really desperate to sell this house. I don't know. Do you know anyone that might want to buy it? I said, what are the figures? She said, we've had it valued at 85. We owe 65 and all we want is what we owe on it. I was like, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. But what happened was it got downvalued when the lender came out, and they actually downvalued it at 70,000. There was only like 5,000 equity in it. And I was like, oh. But luckily, another perk of being in the military is you can get something called consent to let. So I bought it on a residential mortgage and got consent to let before I even bought it.
So for those who don't know what consent to let is?
It allows you to rent your house out on a residential mortgage.
Yes. And how would one do that?
You just ask the bank, ask the lender.
As easy as that. Isn't it amazing? We all know all of these rules and regulations, and you can't do this and you can't do that. But sometimes all you have to do is pick up the phone and ask.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And I think they charge a £250 yearly fee or something like that. It was, So my broker was actually a guy that used to be in the military with me. So again, network comes into it and stuff. Amazing. So he knew the rules. And so yeah, I bought that, no money down basically. So she gifted me the equity. And so yeah, I was really grateful for that one. It did need a refurb. So the money that I'd refinanced from my first property, I used to refurb it. New kitchen, new carpets, decoration and all that. And then I rented that out. But again, I still didn't really know what I was doing, so I had it on a repayment mortgage. So I kind of was investing in property and knew that it was a good thing to invest in. I think I was 29 when I bought that one. And then I got deployed to America. So I lived for 3 years in the USA.
Where?
Just south of Washington, D.C. in a state called Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
And so that was amazing. Anyway, the story takes another turn because I was debating with a colleague of mine about property investment versus stocks and shares.
Mm.
And he was saying that stocks and shares are better, and I was saying no, property's better. So anyway, we both went away and did our research and came back and had a bit of a debate the next day.
Oh, that's cool.
During my research, that's when it went, and I was like, leverage. I understood the power of leverage because all up until that point, I'd had everything on repayment mortgages, and I was like, wow, this changes everything. And I went home to my wife and I said, I've had an epiphany, like this change, you know. So I was like,
when you say leverage, you're referring to
mortgages, borrowing money, and basically.
So, but you're already borrowing money.
But
so further than
rather
that,
than having it on a repayment mortgage, have it on interest only mortgage, and basically get the cash flow higher. And you, because rather than having say you got one house at £100,000 that you own outright, you've got £100,000 house, but you could spread that £100,000 over, let's say, 4 houses, and then you've got you own, you know, them 4 houses that are going up in value rather than just one.
Just one, right.
So, yeah.
So in 10 years, those 4 houses would end up being
probably double in value.
200 grand each.
200
That's
grand each.
£800,000 worth of houses.
Yeah. Rather than just the one that's owned outright, which might be worth 200,000. So you've got 800,000, 200. Obviously, you got your mortgage still of probably 300,000. So you've made $500,000 really, rather than.
So why do you think people don't do this? Why do you think people are trying to pay down their mortgages?
I think it's a difference between emotional and mathematical. So if everyone thought about it mathematically, then it would just make sense because inflation effectively pays down your debt. And I was having this discussion with a friend of mine just the other day. He's like, I need to pay my mortgage off as soon as possible. I was like, okay. I was trying to, you know, because I don't want to sound like that guy just going on this. But I was like, okay. So, but mathematically, it doesn't really make sense because if you think about most people's grandparents or whatever bought their first house, it might have been 3,000 or something like that. Where I'm from, it would have been 3,000. And like, if they'd have had a mortgage on that and just left it as it was and just paid the interest, do you think they would care about that now? Because inflation erodes the debt, you know. So there is risk with that though, because you're counting on being able to, you know, pay those interest payments and stuff like that. So there is risk, but on the whole, usually I think inflation erodes the debt, and you can get the growth on the asset.
I'm on interest only as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's mine weren't obviously, but they are now.
Oh well, mine never were until I found out, you know. And that's the thing, you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
And then it's really reprogramming your brain. From the decades of, you know, the same message being taught to us since we were a kid. Of, you know, about what the myths about money really, right? And so we have to sort of find out the truth as adults. And it's really hard. It's like training an old dog, right? It took me a really long time when what was a couple of the things that Samuel first said when I was just sort of binge watching all of those YouTube channels before I finally signed up for a course. Things like rent where you live, pay yourself first. Actually, pay yourself first I didn't get until this year when I read The Richest Man in Babylon, I think.
Okay, I've not read that.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay, so go on.
Yeah, where was I? So, I understood the power of leverage on this little debate I was having with this guy. I went home, and then that is when I actually discovered Samuel Leeds, because during my research and stuff like that, I was looking at stocks and shares versus property, and then that leads you down a rabbit hole of YouTube channels and stuff like that. So there was quite a few different educators and stuff, and I was in the US at the time, and I still had a couple of years out there. It was just after COVID, and what I did is I thought, when I go back to the UK, I need to change what I'm doing and invest more into property. And another thing that made me want to invest more is because me and my wife went traveling a lot in the States. We'd take our leave periods like a month long at a time, and we'd just go traveling.
Nice.
Been to all the US mainland states, 48 mainland states.
Have you been to all of them?
Yeah,
Which ones are your favorite?
We liked West Virginia, funnily enough. West Virginia. But I like the Utah and stuff like that, like the Red Rocky areas. Love those.
Stunning, right?
Yeah, the scenery out there is amazing. But you're from Canada, you probably got the similar stuff out there.
And I live in the Lake District, so I love a good view.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did a lot of traveling, and then I thought the goal needs to be able to just up and leave for a month and go traveling and not be that bothered about, So and I thought the only way I can think of doing that is to have the income from property investment.
Right. Passive income.
Yeah. So what I did then is I got some side hustles, if you like, in America. I was fixing jet skis, fixing boats and doing them and selling them, motorbikes, fixing people's trucks and wiring them, and basically making as much money as I could on the side in the US to be able to live in the US and fund my US travels and stuff. And then I was saving up my entire UK wage because I was still getting paid in the UK.
Wow.
And I saved up, about $4,500 a month I was saving up. And when I got back from the US to the UK, I managed to find a commercial property that was a rundown old garage. I mean, I was that close to thinking, I could buy myself a nice Porsche or whatever. But no, I'll buy this rundown old workshop because I know that will make me money, whereas a car won't. So that's what I did. Bought that for cash. That was my fourth property deal. And done that up, and now I operate my business from that workshop rather than renting from somebody else.
Right. And so you were able to, did you add value and refinance
Yes.
and get your cash out?
I've not refinanced it yet.
Okay.
Because of other, I'll tell you in a second, but I have added value because when I bought it, it had an EPC-G, so it was unmortgageable, unrentable. It had an old oil burner in it that the car mechanic guy used to just put all that car engine oil in and burn and stuff. It was really it was a mess. It was a mess. But we've put like new roof on it, concreted like the yard and stuff to use the forklifts, and basically now it's got an EPC. It's all fully rentable, and I now rent that out to my own company. And if I want to refinance, I actually looked at refinancing it to pull the money out, and the interest rates and the fees kind of put a pause on that because I got quoted initially like 10%. Interest.
Really?
Yeah. And then I think a guy on the academy it was a commercial broker, managed to get it down to about 8%.
Okay.
And the fees were around about going to be touching 10,000 just to refinance it. Got their solicitors' fees, valuation fees, their the broker fees, arrangement fees. I was like, I don't need the money just yet. Let's just hold off on that.
Let's park it until we find a better deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I'm doing that property up, the one directly over the road comes up for sale.
Yeah.
It's a huge 5-bedroom detached cottage, and it was being rented out, and I seen a guy emptying a skip, and I said, "Oh, what's going on here?" And he said, "Oh, the landlord's selling it." And I was like, "Oh, do you know who it is?" He's like, "Yeah, he's my friend. Here's his details." I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" So I got in touch with this guy.
No privacy policy.
Yeah, I got in touch with this guy, and he wanted 250,000 for it. I said, I can't afford that. I can't afford that right now. I'd saved up a little bit more during the time, and I said, nah. So this was in September 2023, I think. I viewed it and all that. I said,
what was it worth?
Well, he actually sold it twice at 250,000.
Okay.
However, the mortgages fell through both times because the bank downvalued it at 225.
Okay.
So I was like,
Good to know.
Yeah. So it came back on the market in sort of early 2024, and I was like, what's the score? And he's like, oh, I'm fed up, I just want to get rid of it. So he became a motivated seller.
Ooh, I love those words.
Yeah. By this time I'd joined the academy.
Oh, so now you're smart.
Yeah. So now I actually pitched him a lease option. I was like,
nice.
Have you ever heard of a lease option? And he's like, no. So I explained it to him, and he was like, no, I need the money now. I'm building a house in Sweden. I was like, okay, no worries. I said, look, I'll give you 200,000 for it, but that is it. I can't. And he was like, you know what? Fine. I was like, okay. And I could see the potential in it.
Yeah.
Big lot of land. There's enough land to title split it potentially and build another property on, but that's something for the future. But anyway, yeah. So I managed to buy that off him for 200,000. I'd saved up 50,000, and I actually refinanced. Well, I saved up, and with a refinance of one of my other properties, managed to get together the deposit, which was 50,000, because I wanted to guarantee I could buy it. And then the stamp duty and stuff. So managed to get that for 60,000 sort of cash of mine, and then I mortgaged the rest of it. And I could see the potential in it. I could see that it had a garage and the stables that you could knock through, turn into a great big open living room. It had enough room for a loft conversion. So I did all that.
Wow.
Me and my dad have done all that work on it. And we started working sort of just after I got back from Uganda, actually, in 24, so October, this time last year actually. Started out smashing walls out, putting steels up and all that.
That's
It's
so
good stuff.
fun, isn't it?
Yeah. And then, finished that project sort of August time. Got it revalued, 400,000.
Wow.
Cost me 60,000 to do it. So basically, I'm all in at 260 if you like. So if I refinance, it'll be all money out plus sort of,
That's
70,000.
insane, you know.
About 140 grand profit on that one.
Yeah.
And that's the one that's now running as a serviced accommodation, which is, let's just say, doing very well.
Yeah. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
And then what was the next project after that?
Well, that's the latest project that I've
Okay,
done. But
yeah.
sorry, I missed out the commercial valuation. That's gone. I bought that for 60,000 cash. And
60K.
yeah, now it rents at £2,000 a month. So that's 24 grand a year. So roughly around about £240,000 worth. I bought it for 60.
Wow.
So I guess you could argue I've made around £300,000 in 2 years. Equity.
Did you ever think that you could do something like this?
That's why I left the military, because I knew I could.
I love it.
I knew I could.
Yeah.
I knew that, I was earning good money in the military and it was an easy job. And people were saying, you're giving up your pension. So, but I felt like I had these like wings on my back that were just being tied together.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do more and spread. And I knew that with the skills that I had with my hand skills and stuff, and I just loved getting hands-on and getting stuck in. I know that they say that can be a downfall of doing the work yourselves, but if I'd have paid someone to do that project, the latest one, it'd probably cost in excess of 120, where it cost me sort of 60.
And you would have had to still manage them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would still have to.
And we actually did get a few trades in, just it's just nothing but nightmare. I mean, that's the lesson learned from that one is find good trades early.
Yeah.
Because we got let down by quite a few joiners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only guy we've had that's really good is a plasterer. He's amazing. But find good trades if you can. But it's been fantastic.
You mentioned Uganda earlier.
Yes.
So why don't you tell the viewers why did you go to Uganda?
So I was on some one-to-one training with Samuel, what used to be the ACPP. And they just said, we're going to Uganda. We're looking for anyone that might want to come and help out and contribute towards the project. So I said.
And what was the project?
So there was they'd opened a hospital. They'd built a hospital. So we were going to open the Samuel Leeds Hospital in Uganda, and it was going around and viewing the schools that he'd built as well. But we had a decision to make on what the next project was going to be. So we all went and collectively made a decision.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's the Centre of Excellence. Where they, you've probably heard it from Tony, where they took teaching the teachers, if you like, from the UK virtually, online stuff. So that's what I think they've built. They're going back out to see that and see how that's getting on this year.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
That, especially with the amount of teachers we have in the academy. Like Sarah Mann was the first person who told me about that. And she's like, I tell Tony I'm ready. I can do this. And I'm like, ready for what? Who? What's going on? And she told me about it's amazing, right? And to be able to for Ugandan children to be able to have access to, teachers from the UK to teach Ugandan teachers. Yeah. I mean, what a huge benefit all around for everybody, right?
Absolutely. Because I think they were trying to get them to teach business and financial lessons and stuff like that, but they were learning that the teachers didn't actually know what they were talking about. So they were trying to teach stuff that they had no idea. So they said, well, what can we do? Well, let's teach the teachers. And I think that's what they're planning to do now. So I've volunteered. I said, I'll help and
oh my God,
do some lessons online or whatever it might be about business or finance and stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's
happy
great.
with that.
And when is that? Okay, so when you went to Uganda and you had this whole experience, so what kind of takeaways did you gather from that?
Unbelievably eye-opening. The level of poverty but the level of joy that they've got as well. The people out there, the kids, you give them a pencil and a paper, colouring paper, and they're just like overwhelmed with joy. And I've never seen any joy like it in my life. And it just makes you think how lucky we are, because the Monday after I got back, I was on a job And there was a woman, she was saying, I've had a terrible weekend. I said, oh, really? Why's that then? She said, oh, my doctor prescribed the wrong medicine. And I was like, you need to be should be thinking yourself, lucky you've got a doctor, because there was people out there, they don't have anything like that, nothing like that. And that was the main thing that I took away from it, that, that they need help, you know.
I'm going to cry. Okay. I'm going to go to Uganda next year. I don't have a visa right now, so I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, it's roller coaster emotions is one way I would sum it up. The fear from the driving out there. You're in a van and you're like, oh, this is crazy. But seeing the joy and we've seen some good stuff and some bad stuff. But it was.
Oh, I bet, right? And so some really good friends of mine, Tatiana, Simon, and Jenny and Jeremy, they're going.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's going to be like one of those amazing trips. So, and then we just said that we're going to go together next year, right? But I can't do the bungee jumping.
That was amazing.
I know. Well, I don't know.
That was amazing.
Jemna from Surrey, she has signed me up for, she wants to do, what's that called when you jump out of an airplane?
Oh, skydiving.
Yeah. I'm like, you're mad, girl. And she's like, let's do it. She's like about to give birth any day now.
She's a crazy girl, isn't she? Yeah, it's we live in a very privileged sort of. Obviously, there are people that are more fortunate than others, and I think some people get luckier in life than others. I mean, like say, if you're born out there or you're born here, you automatically, I think, you're lucky.
Yes.
Because you probably guaranteed to have a better chance than what they've got, succeeding in life. So, we are fortunate in this country.
We are fortunate. That's why it's so important to give back when you can.
Yeah.
Even just a little bit.
Yeah.
And even if even if it's not monetary, if that just means smiling at somebody as you're walking past, like what was it the other day? I don't even remember. I was walking somewhere. I'm like delirious now, by the way. That's why I don't remember. But I decided I was going to smile at every single person that I walked past. And it's it's a great exercise to do because they're not expecting it. And this wasn't even in like, Cumbria, where I'm from, where everybody smiles and everybody stops and chats with strangers. And it was really cool to just and have that exercise, and people would just like light up and they'd like do a double take, like, is that person just smiling at me, right? Okay, so let's go back to you, Craig.
Yeah, it's been a bit blurry. I feel like it's I've skipped over so much stuff.
Okay, so we've gone through your property investments.
Yes.
Tell me what it's like joining the academy. Was it what you thought? I mean, why did you join the academy?
So I was on a crash course with my wife, and she, halfway through the day, she was like, I'm bored, I'm going to go off and explore London. I was like, yeah, that's fine. So I was left on my own at the crash course, and I got talking to Anthony.
Anthony Wilmot.
No, sorry.
Oh.
I was at the crash course and I got talking to Tyrone. It was Tyrone. Yes. Tyrone.
Big
and he was asking me what I was doing, and I explained to him I already had, I've done some BRR. I'd bought commercial property, and he was like, you don't really need to do the BRR course. Have you thought about the academy? And I actually had a thought about the academy at the time. I'd thought about that, and I'd thought about other academies as well. And I thought, which one resonates the most with me? And it just did. On the crash course, the energy was so amazing. I was like, yeah, I need to be around like-minded people, doing good things, pulling each other up and saying it's all right to succeed. It's because we live in a society where people try and either pull you down or, say you're showing off or whatever it might be. So yeah, to be in an environment like that was the main key for me, just to be around other property investors and to get the knowledge from other people as well. So I got so many good friends and contacts now. I can pick up the phone and say, how do you do that? Or what's the best way of doing this?
Yeah.
And that's the key for me. And that's what I enjoy most about it. So yeah, I signed up on the crash course and I've not looked back.
There you go. And you're an inner circle leader.
Yes. Yeah.
For Leeds Bradford. Just changed locations to the beautiful Prashad restaurant owned by Bobby Patel. Thanks, Bobby. So what's that been like being a leader? You've been a leader for how long now?
So I think I started in December last year. Something. So nearly coming up a year.
Yeah.
I think yeah, I think Samuel was basically saying, I was on the one-to-one mentoring, and he was saying you need to be more, put yourself out there. And I was like, okay. So I looked at opportunities. So I've done lots of guest speaking, and I've done that. And then I thought, well, yeah, I'll be a leader as well. And so I volunteered for that. I think they'd lost a member, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. It's fine. How hard can it be? So yeah, now it's great to see new faces coming through all the time. And because I remember going to my first inner circle and feeling so like apprehensive and shy, and I'm not really like a shy person, but so it must feel really daunting to come along. But it's the atmosphere in the inner circles is amazing. Everyone's super friendly. Everyone wants to be there for the same reasons, connections and build your network and stuff like that. So yeah, being the leader in that and being able to make people feel comfortable, I really like it.
Yeah, you're really good at that, right? And I think that you just have so much knowledge and confidence and experience that you're automatically a force of authority anyways.
Yeah.
So stepping into that leadership role was, seamless, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. So I went to your inner circle. Your inner circle was one of the first ones that I went to because you were one of the closest locations to me.
Yeah.
When I first joined the whole inner circle team. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go to Leeds. That's close, 2 hours later, right? But it was one of the closest. And then I saw you speak shortly thereafter in Manchester.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, what was that? So what is it like to speak and share your story?
Well, at first, when I went on it was from the training with Samuel, because you don't often look at yourself and think, oh, I'm doing brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
You're always looking up. So it wasn't until Samuel said to me, "Is like, you've done amazing. You've built a £1 million portfolio
from £1,500
pounds. So you need to be sharing this." And it's like, oh, actually, yeah, I'm actually not done too bad. And then you sort of inspiring other people with your story and how you've done it. Obviously, people can't always do the same, but you can at least inspire them, give some lessons from the journey that I've done. So that's what I try and do. So I don't mind. I like it. I like speaking now. Definitely puts you out of your comfort zone, which is it's good to be out of your comfort zone, isn't it? Other than just sitting on your sofa and watching Netflix.
Yeah.
So on a Tuesday night, I'll go and speak at an event, whereas some people might be just chilling.
Yeah.
So you gain from that. You gain personally, I think, as well, from standing in front of 50 people. Mm-hmm. Stratford, London. That was a big one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think it's anybody that's feels like they can do it, definitely just go for it and volunteer to guest speak and give a little something back.
Give something back. That's exactly it, right? And now we have 40 locations.
Yes.
And that means 40 spotlight speakers rotating around we've got, hundreds of spotlight speakers.
Yeah.
And every location has a monthly event, and it is just wild. It's
blown up since you've took over, and you've just
stop. It's not because of me. It's because of you guys.
Yeah, it's great that people are wanting to step forward and volunteer to become leaders for it, though.
Honestly, and it is a volunteer job. Thank you for saying that. Like, you guys are busy enough.
Yeah.
You're hustling like crazy. You don't stop working. And here you are volunteering your time to welcome, people in the academy to your locations, giving value, giving support, making them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? Every month. I mean, it is crazy. And, the funny thing is, and I thought, oh my gosh, I really have to, make sure that that I give them loads of value. But the crazy thing is that I've received so much value from the leadership team, right? Yeah. And there is a lineup of people that want to be leaders.
Yeah.
And now some of the groups have 4 or 5 leaders in them because, it's just such a strong team of entrepreneurs, leaders there ready to go.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm really glad that you're part of the leadership.
I think someone summed it up at Willingham House the other night. I can't remember, it might have been Simon, who basically said you're walking into a room where there's opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you're sat at home doing nothing, you're never going to be in that room of opportunity. So if you take yourself and put yourself in that room, there's people with deals, there's people that want a JV, there's all these different opportunities, and it's about putting yourself in that room and seeing what's out there.
It's so true. What did you think of the event in Willingham? We
Oh,
had
it was
an
great.
all leaders event, the
Yeah, it was
first
great.
social event. I call it a social event because I wanted to make sure that you all would come, but it was a meeting.
Yeah.
It was our quarterly meeting. And so I tried to get all the stats because there's so many changes and everything. There were 70 leaders.
Yeah.
It was insane, coming from all corners of the UK. What did you think? Any feedback?
Yeah,
Days
it was.
later?
Yeah, they did some training as well.
Yep.
Some
Tatiana and Simon.
Yeah,
and then Ben Mack, the celebrity
Yeah.
that comes in, just like, hey guys, you can't even book a mentor call with Ben.
Yeah.
And they just all like came and so sorry.
yeah, they were just giving us a bit of feedback on how we introduce our sessions and stuff like that, and on public speaking as well. So that was really valuable. And then it's just great to bounce off ideas off other people and other leaders as well. Like, so yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then we did a raffle. We raised £850 for Samuel Leeds Foundation.
That's fantastic.
That will go towards the organizations in Uganda and Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Very generous. The mindset of people and support. And it was so cool to see all of them intermingle. And I would walk around and I'd be like, "What's up, Leeds? What's up, Cotswolds?" Right? And it was fun to sort of. I had your little locations at the bottom of your name tag, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yes.
Samuel, we want to do it again. So yeah, it would be really cool to do that. But you know what? Willingham House, like how?
It's a deal in it and half that.
Man.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
On a £1 lease option?
Yeah,
Come
and do you know what?
on.
I was there in September 24. I think he'd not long had it. And the transformation
the inner
now.
circle.
No, it was the ACPP that he did there. Yeah. And the transformation now they've done it up really well.
Yeah.
They have done it up really good. I was actually quite surprised how good it is. Yeah.
I know. Well, that's his whole power team, right?
Yeah.
He brings the right people in. I was there during the filming of The Eviction where
Oh,
Elijah
yes.
won.
Yeah.
And you're right. It was like, I had to be careful walking around in heels because there was like, debris everywhere, right?
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
a roof, the ceilings were coming in on some of those rooms. So yeah, it was really cool to see that transformation. Did you see the deluxe room where I stayed at?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That's the one with the big bath in it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yolanda climbed into it. It's
Really?
so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. They've done great.
Yeah, that's great. And that's also one of the things that I really like about the Academy is all the fun activities that he has organized for us.
Yeah, we got the dinner tonight.
We have the dinner.
We got the dinner.
At the
1,000
Hilton.
people.
1,000 people.
Wow.
I know.
That's going to be nuts.
It's going to be nuts. We're going to take the shuttle coach back and forth between the Thistle.
Yeah.
And it was funny. This is the last 4-dayer.
I'm really sad about that, even though I don't do them anymore. But when I was on it, I absolutely loved those courses.
What did you love about them?
The networking and the energy.
Yeah.
You go home from them on a Friday and you feel like you can take on the world. It's unbelievable the amount of people hear about energy and stuff and they think, well, but you're just so focused and like encouraged and inspired. It's really good. You're in a room full of 400 people or whatever that are all trying to make stuff happen and do deals. And I've made some really good friends on those courses, and I'm still like Craig that I traveled down with today. I met him on the course. Yeah, Craig Edwards, shout out. He's absolutely killing it now. Yeah. We were on the course together and we're still really good friends today, looking at potentially doing deals in the future together. So things like that are amazing.
Yeah, when I do the onboarding, I tell people, I'm like, you're going to meet friends that you're going to have for life at these 4-day courses, right? Yeah. Great. And yes, it is the last 4-day. And you know what the funny thing is? The staff at the hotel are so sad.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, did you hear this is our last month? And they're like, yeah. I'm very sad. And I'm like, I know, we are too, but it's okay. I mean, it's like you said, you've already done your 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Your 4-dayers. And now you get to do them virtually.
Oh, really? Again. You
get to do them again because now they're virtual.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things. Like Samuel's always thinking about the associates, right?
Yeah.
Because he gives loads of value to all of the new Academy members. And he's like, but how do I make this really valuable for the associates? Yeah. Well, I'm going to let them do it as many times as they want now.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I just saw an email from an email blast, right? Saying you're going to be able to do it. Stay tuned for more information.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, that'll be cool. And then we've got these huge dinners, Manchester, Birmingham, and London next month. What do you think?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, people say there's no excuse to come down, but some people, there is an excuse. They're working and they can't take the time off. So if there's one that's an hour's drive away or whatever, that you can get together. It's definitely a great improvement.
Yes.
As much as I love the dinners in London, that it is, you got to adapt and think about everybody. Yeah.
Well, we're still going to do them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Every 3-4 months, we're still going to be in London with everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
And now we've got these 3 simultaneous dinners, costing him an absolute fortune to do all these different dinners.
Yeah.
And then, the inner circles are blowing up and everything. And then we've got those 2 huge events. Are you going to Millionaire Smackdown?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Boxing. Yeah. And the cinema.
And the cinema,
event.
the documentary,
right?
right?
Yeah. We're going to. Because I think you got to plug into the system. This is one thing that Sue, mum, said to somebody that I was on the train. She was saying it's a plug-in system. It's not just sit back and relax and it's going to happen for you. You've got to actively go to things and make stuff happen.
Yeah.
So if you don't plug in, then you're not going to get anywhere. And I think I try and get to as many events as I can and stuff like that.
You're always around.
I try my best.
Always, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, why bother being part of the community?
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
you're not doing yourself any favors.
Yeah. If you're going to be part of the community, actually go for it and become part of the community, definitely.
Yeah, well, you definitely are. I remember when I heard last year that you went to Uganda. I'm like, wow, go on, Craig. Yeah. Great. Okay, so what's next?
I've got to refurb my own house because I bought that as a BRR.
Isn't that typical? You put your own stuff aside.
So I bought that as a BRR back in 2019.
Yeah.
And then I got sent to America, so I rented it out as an HMO.
Okay.
Which we kind of glossed over. I didn't even talk about that.
Oh my gosh.
So so I rented that out as a mini HMO. Moved back from America and moved into that house, and I've slowly refurbed it bit by bit. I've sort of done the bathroom, done the bedrooms, done the garden and stuff. So now I've just got bits to do. But like I say, then I bought the commercial property. Then I bought this other property. So I've had zero time to work on my own house, and now my wife's getting a bit like, when are we going to do our house? So next is to do my own house. Either get people in to do it while I'm busy, or just do it myself like I've done everything else. But we'll see what's with that one. And then I'm scaling up my business because, as Samuel said on the graduation, scaling your business, the cash flow business. Yeah, so I'm scaling that up now.
How will you do that?
So I've started a different business, which is for bespoke memorial benches made out of steel. So rather than like a wooden one that's just got a little plaque on it, I can actually transform a photograph into a laser cut design that's cut out of one piece of steel, and it looks beautiful, and they last forever as well. So that is what I'm doing now. So I need to market, because my current business that I've got, I don't really market. We've got contracts with firms and it's business to business and stuff like that. Whereas this business, I can market to the public. I've already sold a few and stuff like that. So now it's just
Etsy.
I'm going to try and actually partner with funeral directors.
Okay.
And they can hopefully then pass it on to their customers that might want a memorial bench. But it's more of a visual product. So without seeing it, you can't really understand what it is. So I need to market that. And that's where Samuel's knowledge and his expertise comes in the training, like in terms of marketing, like the being newsworthy and all that sort of thing. There's things that I've got ideas of that I could do for that. And that side is definitely scalable. And I can hopefully grow that a lot.
I love that idea too, right? Because you do want something like in the lakes. I go on these long walks and there's benches, right, with the plaques throughout the path.
Yes.
And it's so important. And people sit and they look at these beautiful views and they appreciate it. And so it's
a space for reflection. And but the sad thing about them is I've seen quite a lot that the wooden ones where they fall apart and they've got bits missing, and that's not a way that someone should be memorialized. So my way of doing it is going to be so much better.
Yeah, of course it is.
So so that's the next venture, if you like.
Yeah.
So scalable.
Wonderful. Great.
And in terms of property, what's next? Well, the SA is going really well. The cottage that I've just finished the BRR on. So I could potentially refinance that in the future and pull money out and put it towards another project. But that's going to be when I've finished my own house and I've sort of consolidated and I've got everything in check. Because at the minute it's just been boom, 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 boom. You know how it is. But just going to focus on scaling the business, do my own property, and then see where we're at and maybe put some more money into slow pounds. Although I say that I am actually currently buying another house.
Okay, so you're still doing a lot. I'm still buying another. What's the other house that you're buying?
It's just a normal vanilla kind of house.
BRR?
Not really a BRR. No, it's it needs a bit of decorating, but it's a good little deal. Yeah, it's a good little
You're
deal.
going to make it an SA or HMO?
No, it's just going to be for. I've got somebody lined up to live in it already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's just a nice, because my missus, she sold her property that was quite a bad performing buy to let, and we can move a little bit of that money that she's got from that into one that's just nice back burner sort of thing.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got a few projects.
I've got things going
lined
on.
up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that was really insightful and super fun. And so do you have any words of encouragement for somebody who wants to get started?
Yeah. When I speak at events, my main takeaway is the fact that you need to have the knowledge to be able to spot an opportunity, and then the guts, if you like, to be able to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think that's vitally important. I think if you look through my story, everything's just been like, oh, opportunity.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't do that and you think, maybe not, it's like the academy. Oh, opportunity, take it. And everything that I've done, I've sort of just seen an opportunity and just gone, let's just go for it. Go for it. So if you've got a bit that's like, I think I can do that, take it by the reins and just go for it if you can. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. That's the fun thing about being in the academy, is that the pushing you out of the comfort level.
Yeah.
I just love that, because I'm like, I don't know. And then you do it and you're like, I survived, right?
Yeah.
And then it just builds your confidence up more and more, and your spirit, right? And then all of a sudden, and then you can tell other people, just do it. You can do it, right? And then you see them grow.
Yeah. It's like
it's addictive, isn't it?
Yeah. I do it all the time, sometimes to my detriment, but like Jordan, for example, the Jordan Belfort dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do it. And I just did it off the cuff. I was like, I'll go to that.
Isn't that so fun? So wait, was that like a last minute decision?
I'd flown back from Uganda.
Uh-huh.
And was at the event in Wembley.
Yeah.
And then I think I was like, there's some spots left. I'll just go for it. I think Narelle and other people were going. I was like,
Kimmy.
I'll go for that. So we just went to the dinner. Saw an opportunity, because you don't know. I was talking about putting yourself in the room of opportunity.
Yeah.
You've no idea what opportunity might arise from being in that room.
It's so true.
So that's my words of advice, I guess. If you just go for it.
I think that was like maybe the first or second time I met you. The next morning after the Jordan Belfort event last year in London, and we were coming out of the Premier Inn, and I was walking out, and then I saw Kimmy.
Yeah.
And I recognized her from going up on stage. And
because she won the best deal.
She won the best deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she was like so full of energy and everything. And Samuel was just like, I like you and I like your vibe and what else are you doing? And then, by the way, I've got this piece of land. And it's like, what?
Me and Kimmy were on the same 4-day event as well. That's how we became friends.
Oh, great.
So we were on and then we're both from Doncaster as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we become friends, and brilliant event.
Brilliant.
That was. Yeah.
So fun. We did and then I interject, and I'm like, I saw you on stage, and it's kind of daunting to speak to complete strangers, right?
Yeah.
But I think then I was like, are you guys in the academy? And you're like, you were in the academy. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And then very soon afterwards, then I'm like, oh, you're Craig, you're inner circle leader for Leeds and all this stuff and everything. Yeah. But that was so fun, right? And the key is to document, right? And that way we have that memory forever, right? Okay, so great. That's great words of wisdom, right? That's wonderful. So we'll see you tonight.
Yes.
See you Thank you very much, Mr. Craig Beasley, for joining us. If somebody wants to reach out to you, how would they do that?
Put in my name on Instagram, Craig Beasley.
Craig Beasley. There you go.
Right.
So thanks very much. And if you enjoyed this, and if you want to reach out to Craig, please do. He's such a super, super nice person. Please do share and like and subscribe and comment. That's how other people will be able to see these types of videos, and we can keep doing them week after week after week and bring in lots of value and change lives together, right? So thank you very much. We'll see you next week. And thank you, Craig, for joining us
Patricia.
today.
Cheers.